Mr. Chairman, since there's a lot of talk about the Raiders and particularly things like that, we use this opportunity to ask this question. We reported on Channel 2 last night that they're having problems with the roof, I think, on the new building. And my question would be, at what point did I understand it was a one-year deal with a one-year extension. At what point do they have to tell us if they're going to need some time in this facility, or has that already passed?
It's March 31st, 2019.
Has there been any discussions with
2020,
them?
2020, March 31st, 2020.
And is there any discussions with them, or are we assuming that they're going to get past these root problems and be able to open on time?
No and no.
That's my answer.
Yes.
That was Alameda County Supervisor Scott Haggerty asking the question of the esteemed gentleman, the Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum Joint Powers Authority Executive Director, Henry Gardner, who is legendary city manager, the best public official ever in Oakland's history. He served as city manager from 1983 to 1991. He was hired to fill in for Scott McKibben, who, as you know, was forced to resign due to allegations of conflict of interest, which he's fighting in court right now, and which this publication has asserted he did not do. It was more entrapment, but that's another story. What you just saw was Henry Gardner giving a very cryptic, classic Henry Gardner answer. Short, but oh so full of messages between the lines and behind the scenes. Let's re-listen to the exchange. Just the words, not necessarily the photographs, so you don't have to get dizzy again.
Mr. Chairman, since there's a lot of talk about the Raiders and particularly things like that, we use this opportunity to ask this question. We reported on Channel 2 last night that they're having problems with the roof, I think, on the new building. And my question would be, at what point did I understand it was a one-year deal with a one-year extension. At what point do they have to tell us if they're going to need some time in this facility, or has that already passed?
It's March 31st, 2019.
Has there been any discussions with
2020,
them?
2020, March 31st, 2020.
And is there any discussions with them, or are we assuming that they're going to get past these root problems and be able to open on time?
No and no.
And take a look. Henry then looks back at the camera, right? Because he knows that we're watching him. He knows that I had called to ask that very question. And just for a third bite at his answer, okay, here it is.
No and no.
And the question again was,
2020.
And is there any discussions with them, or are we assuming that they're going to get past these root problems and be able to open on time?
No and no.
That's my answer.
Yes.
listen to that. So he said, no, there have been no discussions. And most important, no, he doesn't believe that they're going to get past those problems and open on time. Okay? He said, no, there have not been discussions with the Raiders. Which I kind of don't believe, to be honest. Henry is very cagey. And Henry would rather bend the truth than to share a confidence. He is from the old school of public officials. He is very seasoned, very knowledgeable, very much able to keep troops in line as he did earlier at that meeting with respect to the Warriors court issue. Okay? He is an example of why you want someone in that position who even if they don't have the kind of entrepreneurial experience and entrepreneurial perspective that Scott McKibben has, you want someone who is accustomed to keeping elected officials in line and accustomed to understanding the lines of behavior within the public sphere, especially in that organization. And there's none better at that than Henry. He said 2 answers. No to the question, have there been any discussions with the Raiders? Now, Henry could take that in a very, very detailed way and say, well, you didn't ask me specifically if there were any emails or letters exchanged, for example, or texts, for example, okay? The answer he gave was no. The second question that Alameda County Supervisor Scott Haggerty asked was, again, do you anticipate that they will finish on time? And he said, no. Now, lest you doubt that he said that, I will play this back for you another time, okay? Because it's very important that you get that down, all right? Look, listen to this. Listen to this.
On time. No and no.
One more time. Here.
Them, or are we assuming that they're gonna get past these root problems and be able to open on time?
No and no.
That's my answer.
Yes.
There you go. So in other words, Henry Gardner just told you and I and the public, it's a public forum, that he doesn't believe that the Raiders are going to finish the stadium on time. There you are. Any questions? We'll talk about this more on our live stream. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube.